The elevator doors were already closing when I saw her reflection in the polished steel. Not her face, her smile, sharp, familiar, practiced. I stepped forward. The doors froze, obedient to my badge. That's when the smell hit me, her perfume. The one she said was too expensive for everyday use. The one I bought her anyway, back when I still believed effort mattered. She didn't turn around. She didn't need to. Her hand slid into someone else's, a man's wrist, heavy watch, gold arrogance. My phone vibrated. Unknown number. You shouldn't be here. The elevator began to rise. Floor numbers bled upward. 28, 29, 30. I watched her reflection study mine, the brief flicker of recognition, then dismissal, like deleting an old file. I felt nothing. That scared me more than rage ever could. The doors opened onto my father's floor. Glass, marble, quiet power humming behind every wall. She finally faced me, her eyes dragged over my suit, cheap by her standards, and she laughed. Not loud, just enough to hurt. She left me 6 months ago, said she was tired of potential, tired of waiting for something to happen, tired of pretending love could survive on patience. She cried when she said it, real tears. I believed them. 2 weeks later, she moved out, took only the things she bought herself, left the rest like it was contaminated. I didn't beg, I didn't ask questions. That was my mistake, because the silence afterward wasn't grief, it was rehearsal. I started noticing the gaps, transactions that didn't match her income, photos that vanished too quickly, dinners that lasted too long, a name that came up once, then never again. Her new life was expensive, and suddenly efficient. I told myself it didn't matter, that people leave, that love erodes, that I was just another man outpaced by someone louder. But then I got the call from my father's assistant. Your ex-wife is here, with a guest. They're asking questions. I came because curiosity is a disease. I came because something inside me whispered that timing is never accidental. I didn't confront her in the lobby. I watched. That's what I'm good at. I watched the way she leaned into him, like gravity had changed. The way he spoke to people, slow, indulgent, as if everyone else was an employee waiting to disappoint him. I pulled records, not hers, his. He was rich, but not self-made, never are. His father ran a construction firm that had been hemorrhaging contracts for months, contracts my father's company quietly controlled. I listened to calls, legal ones, public ones. I learned names, dates, pressure points. My wife, ex-wife, hadn't married up, she'd invested. I stayed calm, at home, at work, at night. Inside, something rearranged itself, like furniture being moved in the dark. I stopped missing her. I started understanding her, and understanding is colder than hate. In the office corridor, she finally spoke. Here to beg for a job, poor guy? Her boyfriend smiled, teeth too white, confidence too borrowed. Poor guys aren't allowed here. I didn't answer. I walked past them, into my father's office. He was standing by the window, watching the city he owned in pieces. I said one sentence. They're here because they think you don't know. He didn't turn around. He pressed a button on his desk. Security arrived. Contracts appeared on the screen. Numbers, red lines, terminations. My father finally faced them, not angry, disappointed. I fired your father, he said to the man, this morning. Then he looked at her, and you. Silence collapsed the room. She tried to speak. Nothing came out. They looked at me then, really looked, as if seeing a shadow detach from the wall. She reached for me, reflex, old muscle memory. I stepped back. I never told you what my father does, I said, calm, surgical, because I wanted to be chosen without it. Her face broke, not with regret, with calculation failing. Security opened the door. The man shouted, promised lawsuits, threats. My father didn't listen. I did, and felt nothing. They were escorted out. She didn't look back. She already knew there was nothing left to say. I stood alone in the office after they were gone. The city kept breathing. I thought about love, about loyalty, about how people confuse proximity to power with power itself. I didn't win. Winning implies effort. This was inevitability. She didn't leave me because I was poor. She left because she thought I was small, and now she knows the difference. I straightened my jacket and walked away lighter than I'd ever been. Some betrayals don't break you. They reveal who never deserved access in the first place.